Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Purple Gym Live Sports. I'm back. So, big free agency signings are still happening. Yesterday, there was actually a lot of signings after I logged off with you guys. So, gonna get to those, and then there are still some signings today. None of them are really big, though. It's actually just major. It's mostly just teams re-signing guys. I'll get to the more important guys, and then in another video, we'll talk about some of the small signings. But yesterday, talked to you guys about Malcolm Brogdon. Well, he's heading to the Indiana Pacers in a sign and trade. 4 years, $85 million. And what happened was, I think the Pacers also sent a first rounder and two second rounders to the Milwaukee Bucks. So then the Milwaukee Bucks re-signed George Hill to a 3 year, $29 million. Because I think what happened was, with the way they re-signed, uh, excuse me, sorry about that, a brain fart. Chris Middleton and Brooke Lopez, there's not a whole lot of money to go around, and they're already really going to be in the luxury tax. So if they re-signed Malcolm Brogdon to that deal, well, they're cap strapped for options after that. So there's that thing. And also, the Warriors actually did get something out of the Kevin Durant trade. I mean, the Kevin Durant signing. They did a sign and trade with the Brooklyn Nets for D'Angelo Russell, 4 years, $117 million maximum deal. And I like this deal because while people keep saying he's not going to be there for long, if I'm Golden State, I actually, even though he's going to be a trade asset because he's a great player to me, if he's really good playing alongside Steph Curry and Clay, and especially him being there while Clay is out, well, I can use him. Let's say if he does really good this year, they get deep into the playoffs. Why not keep him another year, and then after that, you trade him down the line? Because if I'm a guy and I know I have him for 4 years, why not see what you get out of him a year or two instead of just for a few months and then you trade him? I think Golden State will play it that way, but you just never know. But I like how they got that out of the Kevin Durant signing. To me, them getting something out of nothing instead of nothing, excuse me, is better than just kind of just letting them walk. So, and as for the Brooklyn Nets, the actual deal for DeAndre Jordan is 4 years, $40 million, which fits him under the cap. So that's great for them. More signings. We got Bohan Bogdanovic, who actually came from the Indiana Pacers, going to the Utah Jazz, 4 years, $73 million. So that's a good deal for them. Oh wow, there's so many deals. This today, Kevon Looney re-signed 3 years, $15 million with the Golden State Warriors, so that's a good deal for them. There's still a lot of deals. Actually, Jeremy Lamb, I think, is also going to the Pacers, unless he's going to another team. I forget which team it was, but he's going to sign for a 3 year, $31 million deal somewhere else. And Kemba Walker, I think I told you guys this yesterday. What happens is, like I said, what's is going to happen is Kemba Walker and Terry Rozier are going to switch teams with the sign and trade. So Kemba Walker is going to get the 4 years, $141 million max, and then Terry Rozier is going to get the 3 years, $58 million. So he's going to get $19 million a year, which is good for him. That's actually a pretty good price. So those are the major signings that I know of that I can remember. Also, Terrence Ross, going back to the Magic. I think it's 4 years, $54 million, and then Nikola Vujic, who was also on the Magic last year, who was their big free agent. He's going back there in a 4 year, $100 million deal. So they keep two of their most important guys. Nerlens Noel, who was on the Oklahoma City Thunder last year, is actually going back to that team. Oh man. Okay, so yesterday I forgot to tell you guys this too. I still forgot to tell you guys some more other signings yesterday. One of them was Ricky Rubio is going to the Phoenix Suns, even though he's rumored to actually go to the Pacers. Either the Pacers or somewhere else, but he's actually going to the Suns, 3 years, $51 million. My man's Dame Dollar is staying in Portland with a 4 year extension, $196 million. He still has 2 years left on his current deal, but he's going to be staying there for 4 more years after. It's big for them, so I like what they did. Tom Satoransky for the Washington Wizards is actually going to go to the Chicago Bulls in a sign and trade. So there's actually been a lot of sign and trades, which is how it really works. I forgot to tell you guys also with the Warriors to get D'Angelo Russell under the cap, they had to trade Andre Iguodala to the Memphis Grizzlies for I think it was they gave him a lot of first round protected picks. What's going to happen is they're probably going to waive Andre Iguodala, which will probably lead him to go to a contender, which is probably going to be either Houston Rockets, the LA Clippers, LA Lakers, something like that. It just depends on which team has more money, which team is going to offer him. Also, Austin Rivers for the Houston Rockets, like I just mentioned, he's going to go back there on a 2-year deal, player option in the second year. They also re-signed Danielle House, and they signed. I can't remember his name at this moment. He's that high flyer though. He's gonna. Danielle House gets a 3-year deal, and dang, I think Gerald Green. Yes, Gerald Green. He's going to stay in Houston as well on a 1-year deal. So I think Houston's kind of gotten smart, and they know they really can't trade for really uh, anybody. Really, they don't have really great trade assets. So I think they're going to keep this team together and give it one more shot, one more year run. Even though after this year, you're really not even going to be able to trade Chris Paul because his deal just gets astronomically worse. So but yeah, that's gonna do it, guys. I really just gave you guys all the deals. One deal that I didn't like per se was the George Hill deal because 3 years, 29 million. He's still a very serviceable player. I like what he did for the Milwaukee Bucks in the playoffs. I just don't like his deal because he's on the other side of 30. He is getting older to me, and even though he's really more of a 3-point shooter guy, not much of an athletic presence. I think they could have got him on a contract value, much of a lesser deal, but that's for them though. Also for the Blazers, they lost out on Enes Kanter, who's going to the Boston Celtics, and they lost out on Seth Curry, who's going back to the Dallas Mavericks on a 4-year, $32 million deal. So not only did they lose out on him, the Lakers, who were interested in him, Lakers haven't done anything so far really, but I think the Lakers are actually waiting for Kawhi Leonard to see what he does. But the Lakers haven't done anything, so they lose out on Seth Curry, JJ Redick. More signings. I forgot to say, guys. Tobias Harris, 5 years, $180 million deal with the Philadelphia 76ers. They also get, guess who? Guess who, guys? They got Al Horford on a 4-year, $109 million deal. Get Okay, so now they lose Jimmy Butler, but Jimmy Butler is actually going to be in a sign and trade deal with 4 teams: the Clippers, the Blazers, and the Heat. So he's going to the Heat, 4 years, $141 million. I think he likes that team because of the front office. But the Blazers actually get Hassan Whiteside, but they trade away Myers Leonard, who's going to the Miami Heat, and they also are going to trade away Maurice Harkless, who's actually going to go to the Clippers. And I think the Clippers have a big shot at getting Kawhi Leonard, so let's not count that out. But yeah, those are actually the big signs. Those are all the signs that I have that I remember at this moment. I think those are all the big ones that happen, and this is great around the league. Like I said, I love free agency. I really love the front office stuff, the postseason, the offseason, because you get to see how the moves, how teams really build, after a long season like this. So this is actually really great. Love all the sign and trades, like all the free agency signings. There's nothing I really actually have a problem with. The George Hill thing, I actually understand. I don't It's not like I don't like it, like, oh my goodness. It's just, for me, I don't know if I would have signed into that kind of deal. So, But this is going to do it for Purpose Gym Live Sports. I want to thank you guys for watching, for listening. These are all the free agency signings today at this moment, and I will update you guys tomorrow. And then we're gonna probably do. Actually, the moratorium ends actually on July 6th, which is weird because it's usually like I heard it was only 3 days, but we're gonna keep update. I'm gonna keep updating you guys every day because pregnancy doesn't stop. So thank you guys for listening. It's Purpose Driven Live Sports, and I will see you guys next time.